Marx refers to this totalitarian scheme as dictatorship of the proletariat, and his cult followers promote violence, class envy, hostility towards free markets, family, business, tradition, and Christianity. Today, they are instrumental in the destabilization of Europe.
Marxists are opposed to capitalism and wish to advance beyond traditional norms, such as religion and the patriarchy. Contrary to popular belief, capitalism is not defined by the presence of a free market, for if it were, it would have ended centuries ago with the abolition of chattel slavery.
Marx also openly encouraged genocide against Slavs, referring to them as racial trash and that they must perish in a revolutionary Holocaust.
This is a lie. Marx did not advocate for the genocide of the Slavs, nor did he coin the term revolutionary Holocaust to describe this wish. The original quote goes as follows: "Society is undergoing a revolution. The classes and the races, too weak to master the new conditions of life, must give way. But can there be anything more puerile, more short-sighted, than the views of those economists who believe in all earnest that this woeful, transitory state means nothing but adapting society to the acquisitive propensities of capitalists?"
In his 1920 article, Zionism versus Bolshevism, a struggle for the soul of the Jewish people, Winston Churchill stated his belief that international Jews were seeking a worldwide communist state under Jewish domination. The international Jews would use communism and Zionism to accomplish this. As a first step towards establishing Israel, Hezekiah Niles described in Niles' Weekly Register article that the Rothschilds had purchased Jerusalem in 1829.
The only evidence I could find of this happening is in the same article shown on the screen. Given the land was at the time controlled by the Muslim-dominated Ottoman Empire, such a purchase probably would have made bigger headlines. However, a member of the dynasty, Baron Edmund James de Rothschild, had purchased around 2% of the land, which makes up modern-day Israel, near the end of the 19th century, not Jerusalem.
In 1897, the first Zionist Congress was held in Basel, Switzerland, and was chaired by Theodor Herzl. Jewish delegates from across Europe agreed that Palestine should be given to them. Prior to his death in 1904, Herzl predicted that a world body will one day give Palestine to the Jews, and that he will go down in history as the father of the Jewish state. For Herzl's dream to come true, European military powers would have to be manipulated and used into taking Palestine away from the Ottomans by force. In the German newspaper Deutsche Zeitung, Herzl wrote, "The wealthy Jews rule the world. The fate of the governments lies in their hands. They start wars between countries, and when they wish, the governments make peace. When the wealthy Jews sing, the nations and their leaders dance along. And meanwhile, the Jews get richer."
Yes, Herzl said this, but similar to the Churchill quote from a few minutes prior, that does not make it true. It is also important to remember that Theodore was prone to changing his views depending on the situation. The creator of the documentary portrays Herzl's actions as being inherently deceptive. However, he made it explicit that he hoped for the creation of Israel to be a mutually beneficial agreement for both the Jewish people and the Western powers. Palestine is our ever-memorable historic home. The very name of Palestine would attract our people with a force of marvelous potency. If His Majesty the Sultan were to give us Palestine, we could in return undertake to regulate the whole finances of Turkey. We should there form a portion of a rampart of Europe against Asia, an outpost of civilization as opposed to barbarism. We should, as a neutral state, remain in contact with all Europe, which would have to guarantee our existence. Even after his efforts in establishing the state, he nonetheless remains a controversial figure for his rhetoric. It cannot be understated that there was never a consensus on the issue of Zionism within the Jewish community, with some today still in opposition to it, believing it goes against the teachings of the religious texts. Apologies for the short length of this video. The next part will be on the central banking system, including the creation of the Federal Reserve of America, and the claim that they exist to benefit the Jewish elites. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.